Good afternoon. A lot of people ask me, how did you get into acting? And to be honest, I'm not sure if I chose the cameras or the cameras chose me. I started my career when I was just 3 years old. And honestly, I was always that expressive kid who loved performing in front of a camera, in front of a mirror, or even school plays or wherever I'd get the chance. I think I was the first 3-year-old kid to start reciting dialogues from Sholay. So that gives away that I am a cinebuff. But I think the real turning point came when I was actually spotted at a mall and offered an audition for a Dettol advertisement. And that's when it clicked. It clicked the idea of me being an actor. Completely clueless, my mother and I actually went ahead and auditioned for the part, and bam! I had cracked my first ad, and I must tell you that I was about to make my debut on TV. And that's when it all came in together. It clicked. That idea. It feels like the butterfly effect. One small moment that changed everything. That one ad led to multiple other auditions, which in turn led to many more ads. Dabur, Mahindra, Colgate, Chocos, you name it, and I've sold it. And of course, those ads and that experience opened the doors to my very first show on ZTV, which led to I think, my breakout role in Ye Hai Mohabbatein on Star Plus with the iconic role Ruhi. That was my ticket to stardom. That show gave me name, fame, and recognition. And thanks to the show, I've had the opportunity to work with veteran artists like Mr. Bachchan, Shah Rukh sir, Salman sir, and so many more. And the show ran for about 7.5 years, and not just in India, but I gained global recognition. The show was aired in Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, Indonesia, Thailand, Turkey, and yes, I must tell you, till date I'm stopped, whether in India or even abroad, and they're like, "Ma'am, आप वही रूही थे ना वो वाले show में से?" And I really think that's beautiful. And to me, sets, they feel like more of a home. I lucked out with the family that I found home away from home, and I was cherished so immensely on the show only because of the real life bonding that took place between. I was a kid when I was on set. So for me, it actually felt like I was with my family. I was going home to them. And we'd play badminton on set. Some of them would help me out with my math homework. And what I truly took away from all of the fame was the love that I received. And of course, the beautiful bonds that I have made with the entire cast and crew on each and every film set that I've been on. Now that I've grown up, I am no longer seen as the child artist. I'm ready to take up much more mature, mainstream, performance driven roles. But yes, the film industry does come with its fair share of setbacks. I'm sure we've all heard of nepotism, and I'm telling you, I face countless rejections. So there's a good chance sometimes give 10 auditions a month and get rejected by all 10 of them. And I must tell you, that's extremely heartbreaking. I've cried after missing out on my auditions, but with so many constant rejections, you eventually learn to at least try and put a positive spin around it. So you take it as positive criticism, you work on yourself, you learn to grow resilient, and you get back to face the camera to only go ahead and give the audition. One more thing I only recently observed as I was growing older, in fact, in the past couple of months, was that I noticed the lengths that people will go to, just the hunger that they have for their passion. So every time I go for an audition, I see multiple artists. In fact, I've seen individuals quit their jobs. I have seen people leave behind their families, leave behind their hometowns, only to come to Bombay to give auditions, to become an actor. And I think that is what keeps me going. That fire, that hunger that people have, it's beautifully motivating. So looking at that struggle, that persistence, and I mean, what's life without a little risk? Like Sirius Black quoted. And of course, nepotism makes things tougher for outsiders like me. But then again, there's no real story without any hardships. So let's face it, it's not always going to be a rosy picture. We're all going to face closed doors, whether it's in work, friendships, relationships, school, anywhere. But I've learned to become resilient and not let the no's pinch me as much as they did. After all, it's only about picking yourself up to go again. I wouldn't have achieved any of the success today, which includes buying my very own home at the age of 15, without my supportive parents and my friends. In fact, even my family, it's been them. They're the reason that I'm here. They record my auditions, they take me to auditions, and they drive me and they push me to do better and harder each and every day. I'm no longer just the child people knew me as. I'm stepping into bigger shoes, I'm taking up primary roles, and I'm waiting to see myself on the big screen. Since I've made it clear that I'm a Bollywood buff, I'm going to say, picture abhi baki hai mere dost. To conclude, the idea that I once had, if I wouldn't have gone ahead and given those thousands of auditions, if I wouldn't have acted upon it, I probably wouldn't even be here right now talking in front of you guys. So, whether it's any idea you have, even if you think it's silly, I say go for it. You never know what it might just turn into. Thank you, everyone.